Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my 2024 college football Week 8 prop picks and best bets. So I have 10 great prop picks for you this week. Super excited because I feel like we're getting great value in our prop picks because just like us last week, we didn't do great, but we have a great opportunity to kind of make a comeback. Same thing with the players we're picking as well. A lot of them have been devalued. Their numbers are a little lower due to lack of performance. So we're going to buy low and hopefully win high with a lot of these picks we have for this week. Also, on the flip side, our best bets, we've been doing really well with them. And I have two great picks. I have an over-under, like I said, and I have a great spread pick for you this week that I'm super confident with. If you're liking what you're hearing here in the prop market, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. There's some advantages to both. So subscribing, there's an advantage is you get all the notifications. So for instance, there's a pick that's going to come out on Thursday and it has great value and hopefully we win. If you're not subscribed, if you don't have your notifications on, then you're not going to see that pick until it's probably gone. And that's going to kind of hurt you. Also, the numbers move as the week goes on. You'll see a number on the screen that I'll give you in a few minutes. And then when you go to your actual app, you'll see that that number has changed because you didn't get the greatest value because it took a little too long for you to come over and watch the video. But if you have your notifications on, you kind of get it right away. Also, to like the video, it's free. So all you have to do is press the like button. Of course, the more you like the video, the more videos I make, because the more videos I make, the better chances people get to watch them. And that's what it's all about. So liking the video, like I said, it's free, doesn't cost you anything. And there's a lot of people that watch the videos consistently. So I'm guessing that you like them. So go ahead and like and subscribe for me. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to how we did last week. Not so great last week. 2-6, actually not good at all. That's 25%. That's a losing record. 37 and 39 overall, 49%. So we're gonna have to get that up this week. Super confident in my picks this week to kind of raise that up. I'm super, super transparent as you see. I keep track of all my picks. A lot of people, a lot of cappers out there will not do that with you. But like I always said, keep what you like, leave what you don't. So if you don't like a pick, then don't go with it. If you agree with what I'm saying and you like it, then go ahead and take that pick. So we're going to get to my first pick this week, which is Kyron Drones from Virginia Tech. Average passing yards is 193. Projected passing yards is 195. Now, I've bet this guy a couple times so without being on the show, and he's cashed in for me. Let's be honest, Kyron Drones is known as a dual threat and more with his legs than with his arm. But there's been reports that Virginia Tech is looking to get him to throw the football a lot more. His number is below his average passing yards and under my projected passing yards. So we always like that. And I've seen Virginia Tech throwing the ball down the field versus Boston College defense that has shown that the secondary is a little shaky. He's went uh over this number the last two games. Implied total is set at 28 points. So I think they're gonna get a lot of opportunities to throw the football down the field and a lot of points here. I really like over 185 passing yards for Kyron Drones. Next guy we have is Quinn Ewers from the University of Texas. They're playing the University of Georgia. Normally, University of Georgia is known for having a great defense. Well, they have a good rushing defense. The passing defense has been struggling. Let's just be honest, the secondary has looked bad the last few weeks. Ewers has explosive wide receivers, a really good catching tight end, and even really good running backs who catch the ball out of the backfield. As far as Quinn Ewers, he struggled last week. I saw a little bit of rust. Hopefully, he got all that rust off last week and it's ready to take care of this Georgia secondary that is struggling to say the least. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, way more than a lot of people think. So with that being said, I really like his over 255.5 passing yards for Quinn Ewers. The next guy I got is Shador Sanders. Now this guy has hit 4 out of 5 times here on the prop market. And for whatever reason, his number is pretty low this week. I'm not really understanding it. It's almost too good to be true. And you know what they say about things that are too good to be true? A lot of times they are. Average passing yards is 336. Projected passing yards is 309. Now he's facing an Arizona defense, and they are, stout, but their secondary is not great. Um, they're not bad either. But just looking at Shedeur Sanders' average yards, and he has thrown over 34 times every game this season, upwards of 40 in 3 games. So, if you're really looking at this, he has high usage rate, along with the fact that Colorado has no running game, even though I think they'll try to be more balanced because they kind of saw that they need to be a healthy Travis Hunter. I like his over 297 passing yards. I'm not understanding why this number is under 300, but we're going to go ahead and try to take it and hopefully cash this in. Next guy is Jalen Milroe from Alabama. Here's a guy we picked last week. He let us down, but going against this Tennessee defense, I think there's some explosive opportunities here. I like Ryan Williams making a lot of plays for Alabama. So if you're a person that's picking in DraftKings, I would go ahead and stack these two. 170 yards a game is all Tennessee's giving up. But watching the Alabama play, they don't seem like they have a rushing game either. Similar to Colorado, their rushing game is Jalen Milroe. Although I think they're going to cook up some easy passes for him at the beginning of the game and be way more aggressive throwing the football. I think that this is going to be an easy number for him to hit over 226 passing yards. Is something that's very low compared to how many opportunities he should have to throw the football. The next guy is Ollie Gordon. This is a guy we've picked multiple times here in the prop market, and unfortunately, he hasn't hit for us. But coming into the season, he was my number one ranked running back on my board. But he hasn't produced this year. But even with that being said, a bad year, his average yards is rushing receiving yards is still over the number they're giving us this week. He's also coming off a bye week. Um, and to be honest, Gordon played bad at the beginning of the 2023 season. A lot of people forgot that. And the second half is when he really, really caught on. Draft stock is probably plummeting, so there's going to be a lot of motivation there. His team's also 0-3 in conference, even more motivation. They got to find a way to use this guy. I'm sure they cooked up something in the bye week for him. So I really like his over 77.5 rushing receiving yards. I know he was a little banged up before at the end of the last game. Hopefully he's healthy. If he's healthy, I think he clears this easily. Another guy, Luther Burden, who was also my number one ranked wide receiver on my board. Average receiving yards is 66, projected 81. He's underperformed this year, but I wouldn't say it's all his fault. Brady Cook also has his quarterback has also not performed very well. Um, but he's played better versus conference teams and highly ranked teams. With this game, I feel like he's going to have to really make some plays for the Missouri Tigers. I feel like he's going to be more involved versus Auburn team. This Auburn secondary has a tendency to give up some big plays. And so their secondary has struggled in spots. I really like this opportunity for Luther Burden to kind of take on. I see like Missouri definitely trying to make him a focal point. It's even been in the news. They're looking for ways to get him involved. So I really like his over 73.5 receiving yards. I will also probably want to bet his fantasy score when it finally comes out. I might take a chance on that as well. Next guy is Jalen Daniels, one prop king emoji because Jalen Daniels has bit us so many times. But if you look at his projected pass plus rush yards, 241, it's just really hard to go against this guy in this spot. He went over his number the last 2 games, including 279 in his last game. And Houston plays a slow-paced game. Their defense is decent, but they also give up big plays. They gave up 34 points to Cincinnati. And Jalen Daniels is a mobile quarterback. I see him having to use his legs. It's been in the news that he needs to have a breakout game. And so I see him kind of coming back off of this little break they had. KU being more aggressive off this bye. I like his over 206 pass plus rush yards. Not a huge number for someone who probably at the beginning of the year, this number would be close to 240. So I really like this 206 number for him. Next guy is Carson Beck. This guy's been up and down, let's be honest. He's had some great games, 459 passing yards, 439 passing yards. So he's had some like outrageous great games. And then he's had some bad games as well, if you think about the Kentucky game. But statistically, he's been really well, doing really good. Average passing yards is 303. I got him projected at 283, which is below that. And you look at the number they gave us over 265. I really like this number for him against a Texas team that I think they might be losing to. Georgia's another team that is struggling running the football. And from the looks of it, from every other game, Georgia's looking to throw that football a lot more. Now, I see them trying to be more balanced just to kind of slow down the UT offense, but I think this is going to be a higher scoring game. So I like his over 265 passing yards. Next guy is Garrett Green from West Virginia. Now, you may not know a lot about this guy, but he's a fearless dual threat quarterback. He's a senior. I've been betting his pass plus rush yards the last few weeks, but they've inflated that number a lot. So I'm gonna stick with his passing yards now. Um, K-State is ranked 119th versus the pass. So they're not very good versus the pass. They are ranked number 2 versus the run. So it looks like there's going to be some opportunities. West Virginia's playing at home, a lot of momentum. They're 3-3, so they really need a really big game. And this guy's a senior. I just saw Sanders throw for 388 yards versus this Kansas State team. He averages 211, projected at 216, a little bit over that. And the number's at 192. So I'm confused by this number, but I like it still. Over 192 for Garrett Green passing yards. Next guy is Cade Klubnik. Now, this guy, coming out that first week where he struggled really, really bad. He's been good ever since then. Average passing yards is 254. Now that number is a little bit that's number's not really as accurate as you would think because he's only, played some games, half games, he set out, and then that first game versus Georgia was just a mess. Projected passing yards at 273. They have him at 263. The things I love about Clay Klubnik is I think he has a really good knack for throwing the football. And the team that he's going against, Virginia, the implied total for Clemson is 29, almost 30 points. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for him there. They're also giving up almost 290 passing yards a game is Virginia. So they're giving up a lot of yards. 290 is a lot. Cade Klubnik has been playing well. So I like his over here. Now to my best bets. I like K-State versus West Virginia. I know I picked Garrett Green as a prop pick, but that's just because I think that they might be losing this game. I like K-State over -3 for K-State. I feel like they're going to come into this game. If you look at the game script, the game shouldn't be this close. K-State's secondary has struggled, but I do like this -3 for K-State. Next pick is Texas versus Georgia. I like Texas versus Georgia. I like 55.5. I like the over here. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. Whoever's losing this game, because I'm not 100% sure, as you see, I have 2 units on it. The other quarterback is capable of scoring points. So if one team jumps out for a lead, the other quarterback is capable of getting a lot of points back. I don't trust Georgia's secondary. Texas secondary, in my opinion, has not been tested. Michigan didn't have a great passing game. They haven't played a guy like Carson Beck, in my opinion. Once again, Oklahoma did not have a good passing game. So I do like this over 55.5 for Texas versus Georgia. Now for my recap. Drones over 185, Ewers over 255, Sanders over 297, Milroe over 226, Gordon over 77.5, Burton over 73.5, Daniels over 206, Beck over 265, Green over 192, and Klubnik over 263.5. Like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, if the like is free, go ahead and like it. It doesn't cost you anything. Subscribe so you can get all my picks as I give them out. I don't send out any picks that I don't bet myself. So everything on this channel, everything I give, I bet myself. I would never give out a pick that you won't see me place my own money on. So with that being said, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and like I always say, let's cash.